Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Belle Delphine. And this is obviously Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And, well, we've been waiting all week to get Fergalicious with you guys on another episode of Pop Culture
Victim.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I should say a different word or not, but...
Pretty excited about today. We're going to be covering MF Doom's Born Like This. Fun fact.
Okay.
Just going into this, MF Doom is my favorite rapper. Of all time.
Of all time?
Of all time.
Of any rapper ever?
Yeah, seriously. He's probably my favorite. I think he's the best.
And what makes you say that?
Well, dude. The wordplay, the fucking wordplay that he has is just insane. It's just like one on top of the other, on top of the other. You're just being beat up with lyrics.
Okay.
And it's like, he also produces some of the best beats that I've ever heard.
Yeah, was he the producer of this album too?
Some of it was produced by him.
Okay.
A lot of it was, and then you have some other songs for other producers, like come in. You know how rappers are.
I got you.
Yeah. It's like
they all work together.
Exactly. It's a beautiful thing.
All right.
But yeah, that's really all I had to say about that. And the surprise that I had for you was this was a relatively new album for me too, so it's still kind of fresh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, still kind of fresh for me.
Okay.
I was listening to it a lot while we were talking about the previous album we were talking about, which was The Misfits.
Yeah.
That's when I gave you this. So yeah, I was listening to it a whole lot. Just been turned on to it, because before then, the only things I'd really listened to were like Operation Doomsday, which is pretty fucking solid. If you haven't heard that, go back and listen to it if you liked this, of course. Just some singles, a bunch of singles. He was also a bunch of features, stuff like that.
I didn't know he had died.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think I did, but I didn't realize that that's who it was, if that makes sense. 18 tracks. That's a pretty hefty album. A lot of them are kind of short.
Yeah.
So it's not a very long
A lot of
listen.
interludes.
Yeah, it's not a very long listen. I think it's less than an hour. Even with 18 tracks, it's less than an hour or so. Was that all you had?
Well, yeah, basically. I mean,
Okay.
It's just pretty solid stuff, and interested to hear what you have to say about it.
Unless you just want to fangirl over him some more.
I will.
Born Like This. I had heard of MF Doom, but had not heard MF Doom. So I knew who he was, I knew the name, had never listened to it. Like I said, 18 tracks. The first track is Supervillain Intro. So, anyone who knows me knows that I love a great opening track.
Yeah.
So this track sounds like the beginning of a really cheesy 80s superhero movie. A better visual description would be that this intro track sounds like what reading a comic book feels like. That's what I got from it.
It's a pretty good.
It sets the mood perfectly for whatever will be coming next, and it lets the listener adjust to whatever style or genre this album can delve into. An intro like this can work on different levels, whether it's for rap, like this, or another genre like rock, alternative, or even heavier things like metal.
Metal. The devil's music.
The devil's music.
Don't listen to metal, kids. You'll go to hell.
So I gave the intro a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10. Yeah, I love stuff like that. I especially love, I don't know why, but I've always liked songs that include some kind of talking sample from something, you know what I mean? So
little sound bites.
Yeah, little sound bites. I've always loved songs that have that in them, and that's all this opening track was. It was great. So, 10 out of 10.
10. Like Ben.
Yeah, okay.
He used to transform into stuff. I watched him when I was a kid.
Ben 10.
Saved a lot of people's lives, that guy. Thank you, Ben. You guys thanking Jesus all the time. Thank Ben. I'm just fucking with
The
you.
next song,
That's
track,
horrible.
track number 2, Gazillion Ear, featuring Jay Dilla.
Who, also passed away. Rest in peace. But
Also, I didn't know that. So Jay Dilla passed away too?
yeah.
Okay, well.
He produced this song.
Okay, I did see that. So this track, I like how MF Doom wastes no time with the first proper song.
Right, dude. It's like, what?
3 seconds in, and the first actual lyrics of the album are already smacking you in the face.
What is happening?
The music itself sounds dusty, like you were listening to it coming from an old vinyl record, which is a nice touch to the 90s rap sounds that this song has.
Damn. I know what you're talking about, exactly. Even the drums in the beginning kind of sound
Yeah.
like...
Yeah, it's like I said, the only way I can describe that is dusty.
Well, I can see the dust coming off the drums. It's weird that you say that.
And if you listen to music on vinyl, you'll know when the pops and the cracks, like when you're listening to it on vinyl, that's what it sounds like. So
That's pretty neat.
the music change that comes a minute and a half into the song brings the sound to the modern era. And the transition is seamless. So it transitions very well from that sound that it had for it sounded like a 90s rap song to a very modern rap song. I think this album came out in 2009, I think is what it said.
Yes.
So, still, just a little over 10 years ago, not that long. What is happening?
I'm listening to you, don't worry.
Well, I don't know what Seth is doing. Oh, he's getting his drink. Okay.
You're like, you son of a bitch. Just walk away.
There seems to be some Arabic influences with the sound in the second half of the song. Something that is usually not represented in this genre. And it was just
I know exactly what you mean. It's kind of got like
the snake charmer
that Egyptian
sound, yeah.
Arabic. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's a welcome change to the typical rap beats people have to come, the typical rap beats that people have come to expect. Because I did not expect to hear that, I don't know what it is, what instrument it is, like pan flute or something that they use, like the snake charmer and stuff.
I think you're exactly right on that, the pan flute.
At 3 minutes in, the song changes again to go back to the 90s sound. And again, the transition is seamless. I love the callback to the comic book sound of the intro track at the end of this song as well. If this is going to be a concept album, MF Doom has made good use of the central theme being present. So I wrote this while listening to the album, obviously.
That's a theme throughout the entire discography, fun fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a supervillain.
So I gave this song an 8. The only thing that brought it down is I didn't really like Jay Dilla's verse, but
Me either, man.
You didn't either?
I hated Jay Dilla's verse on this. It was the worst.
Well, good. I'm glad that we
can share that
on that. Yeah, it's still a good song, even with that end. It fits well. It's just I didn't really think it added anything to the song.
Yeah, you can tell he worked hard on it.
Yeah, and like I said, I respect it, whatever, but...
And, that's my favorite song on the album, for what it's worth.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the first one I heard, and I was like, what the fuck is this album?
It is not my favorite, but I do know that I have it noted. I can't remember which one it is, but I have it notated in here which one is my favorite.
Ooh.
Because I make, a very big deal about it in the notes.
You were like,
if I remember correctly. Third track, Ball Skin.
Yeah. Right.
So, a short song at just a minute and a half long. On most rap albums, short tracks like this are usually used as interludes or even skits, which have to be either really funny or have to have very intricate lyrics for people to really enjoy them. This song falls into the latter category of having nice wordplay and a unique lyrical flow. A standout lyric from the song, in my opinion, is, "He wears a mask so when he dons his face, each and every race could absorb the bass." I don't know if MF Doom was actually going for this, but it does seem like he has made an album that represents black culture while at the same time making it accessible for other races to appreciate as well. I gave this song Ball Skin, just because I like saying
Ball Skin,
a 10 out of 10.
Ball Skin. Ball Skin gets a 10 out of 10. Hey, that rhymes. Hey, wow.
So, dude,
What a theme.
we could be a rapper. Or
You know.
rappers.
Yeah. Yeah, until I get beat up and somebody records it on camera and it gets out.
If it goes on World Star, that would help our career.
Seth Privet exposed.
World Star.
World-
World Star.
Get a face tattoo
of World Star.
that says prison gang.
Okay.
You know, not a specific gang, it just says prison gang. I belong to all of them. When you try to check me about it, I'm like, I'll call Hernandez.
And they're like, "Who's Hernandez?"
You'll see. You won't fucking like it.
The next song we have,
He has brothers.
the next song is "Yes Sir!" exclamation point,
Yes, sir.
featuring Raekwon.
Raekwon.
This song brings back the comic. Comic
Cough.
book sound in the intro with random voice samples.
Random voice.
Raekwon seems to take the forefront on this track, which is also unique. Whenever someone is featured on a song, they usually take the second or third verse or just sing the chorus. It's nice to have a change of pace with the featured artist being the main focus on this song.
Really trying to give that guy a push. You know?
The last 45 seconds,
He deserves it. He's earned it.
the last 45 seconds also bring back the comic book theme.
It's going to be there. That's great. It's the best part.
I still don't know if this is supposed to be a concept album, but it is definitely set up like one. And even though I'm having trouble following the story, if it is a concept, I'm
He
happy.
said if it is.
I'm happy to go along for the ride. This album has done a great job.
Ease the seat back. Sorry.
This album has done a great job of painting a mental picture, and I'm anxious to see what MF Doom has in store.
Yeah.
This song, 9 out of 10.
Man, you're really going in. You're like, I really dig.
I'm digging this album, dude.
Pretty shocked.
Why?
I don't know. I just
Did
didn't
you
see-
think I wouldn't like it?
I didn't think that it would be like that high. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I thought you'd like it. I just didn't think you'd like it that much. I was like,
Yeah, so before we started recording, you said something, or it may have been on here, I can't remember, that where it was a rap album, it's not a genre that we've covered yet, which granted, we've only done like 7 of these, but yeah, rap isn't one that we had covered yet. We
Yeah.
had done classic rock with The Who, we had done alternative rock.
I'm here in the field.
We had done alternative rock with John Lewis. We did punk with Misfits. We did like heavier hard rock with Clutch.
New wave
We did, yeah.
with some TSOL.
Then we did
Sprinkle that in there for you.
the Bon Iver album, and it's classified as what they call chamber pop and
Oh,
folktronica.
that's what I do when I sprinkle. By the way, I don't like. I go.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it gets like in between my fingers, and I just kind of
You
like
wet-
shake it off.
You wet your fingertips, stick all 4 of them in whatever spice you're using, and just shake it.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's pretty unique.
So
Gordon Ramsay sucks.
the next song is called Absolutely,
Absolutely sucks.
featuring Mad Lib.
Not ad lib, which is something we should start doing.
Ad libs.
Yeah, just like short little ad lib clips that we make up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not like stuff that we get off the internet. Like we make up these ad libs and just. But anyway, absolutely featuring Mad Lib.
I like
ADD.
the transition. I like the transition into this song from the previous one. The sound of this song is full-on 90s West Coast rap.
Yep.
Which is a sound that has fallen by the wayside in recent years. Kendrick Lamar has done a good job of keeping this sound alive, but with this album, I feel like MF Doom is overlooked for helping keep this sound modern as well.
That man's a staple.
Yeah. The dusty vinyl sound makes a return as well, which helps paint the mental picture I was talking about earlier. Instead of feeling like I'm listening to this album through headphones, which I am, it feels as though I'm sitting in front of a turntable and I didn't dust the vinyl off good enough before playing it.
Son of a bitch. No.
For someone who enjoys listening to and collecting vinyl records, this is a nice touch for a modern album. Absolute power corrupts absolutely is also one of the coolest lines in a rap song I've ever heard.
Good stuff.
This song gets...
Make you think.
10 out of 10.
Really?
Yep.
Keep on going with the hits, ladies and gentlemen. You didn't see it coming, but it's coming, and it's hitting hard.
So,
Bam!
the next one is called Rap Ambush.
Yeah, you better look out from all angles.
Another short track, and I love how they intersperse a news report at the beginning of the song. This is the first song on the album to sound like something that is actually like full on modern. It's the only one that sounds like it was made in 2009.
When Obama was president.
Oh, the days.
You know? Man, that was also, coincidentally, the last gas crisis.
Is that when he,
Everybody's like, yeah, gas!
was that... When did he wear the tan suit and everybody freaked out? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I forget when or like what it was for, but at some point Obama wore a tan suit and like...
Everybody freaked out.
Well, the Republicans freaked out.
He's in the mafia! No, fucking...
And I mean, his... dude, like, he just got his drip on and everyone hated it.
Was it like the blue and black dress?
No, I mean, it was clearly tan. No one saw a different color.
Oh, okay, good.
But
the Republicans see like green or something. Like,
What?
what's a green
That's what it actually was. Like,
yeah, like...
for some reason, Republicans saw like
green. They all saw green.
like teal, and they're like, "Why is he wearing that?"
What do you mean that's a tan suit? What do you mean?
That's the real reason they were so mad.
Yeah.
They're like, the lies of the liberal media is telling me that's tan.
I can clearly see teal. You don't get to tell me what colors I see, son. These colors don't run. Okay, man. Cletus, dude, calm down.
So this is a change from the sound of the first 5 tracks of the album. And I'm glad that this song is kept under a minute and a half long because it's kind of jarring to hear.
Isn't it, though?
I like
Switches things up.
I like the lyrical flow, but I'm not a fan of the music itself in this track. Only because I've gotten used to the classic, quote-unquote, sound that was represented in the first 15 to 20 minutes of the album.
Ah, I see.
Not a bad song, just not a track that fits with the musical theme that the album has set up so far for me personally.
Now that you say it, though, it does kind of seem like it's just thrown in there.
Yeah, and I only gave it a 5 out of 10. Something that I would listen to, it's fine, but it's just, I don't feel like it fit well
It's not a good piece of the
that
puzzle.
album. Yeah. I feel like it may have fit better in a different spot, maybe, but not right there.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It totally makes... Nah, dude, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you're right. Like, there's a tone here that's been set,
yeah,
and it just kind of fucks it up.
Yeah, because it was like I said, it had like a very classic kind of sound, And then that one, it's almost like on the verge of like industrial music. That track is. And like I said, it's not bad. It's just weird to hear it.
That's also an element. An element. I did not see in that.
What, the industrial sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it took me a long time to really like kind of get into industrial music. But if you find the right kind, it's pretty good.
Ministry can be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean? But
9 Inch Nails is more than just that I want to fuck you like an animal song.
Yeah,
Like,
people
they
need to-
have more songs than that, and that's like their most accessible song as well. But yeah, I mean, Trent Reznor is like full on industrial on most of their albums. But
he's a really good producer too, Trent Reznor.
yeah, he also does like soundtracks for Disney movies now.
Didn't know that.
He did, yeah, that it's called like Soul. I haven't seen it yet. I think it's a Pixar Disney movie, so it's at least probably halfway decent. But it's about jazz musicians, and Trent Reznor like produced and did a lot of the soundtrack work on it. So, yeah, a little bit of industrial. I liked it. Just did not fit in this album. I feel like it could have fit if it was in a different spot. The next song is Lightworks, again featuring Jay Dilla. I like the sample used in the beginning of the song. I've always liked how rap can take samples of songs from completely different genres and make them into something else. This is a great example of that, but unfortunately, when the beat of the actual song kicks in, I think it loses the feeling it had at the beginning. Again, this doesn't mean that it's a bad song, but this has an almost industrial or electronica sound.
It's like,
And I don't think it fits well with the musical style the album had initially set up. So this is another one that had kind of like the industrial top stuff. And again, that's not why I don't like it. I liked the song, I just didn't like where it was in this album, if that makes sense.
yeah, it's like this is not fitting.
So I gave this one...
If it throws you off, it throws you off. You're just kind of like,
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I gave this one a 6.
It's like I want to get back to the beginning.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
Which,
the next song, Batty Boys with a Z.
Z.
The first thing I wrote down for this song is, it's very bold of an album in modern times to use the word gay so much in the first 30 seconds. This song features another tempo change, but this one is shorter, and the original sound of the song comes back quickly. I'm not sure what message this song is trying to convey. It seems like it's saying that MF Doom doesn't care if you're gay, but he also doesn't want to be associated with it. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know. That's what I wrote down.
I don't know.
Either way, the music is great and the flow of the verses is insane. Musically and vocally, this is my favorite track of the album so far. I just wish I had more insight into what the lyrics are trying to say. But I rated this song a 10 out of 10.
You want to do a first really quick?
A first?
Yeah. Well,
Of what?
I don't think we can recite that. Never mind. We would have to give credit.
Oh, I was going to say, do you know what?
I could pull them up.
I mean, is that kind of what it is? It's like, I don't care if you're gay, but I don't...
I have no idea. I don't read too much into this stuff. So
Yeah, pull it up.
Let's read
Have
into
you
it.
really listened to the lyrics?
Yes.
Yes, but you haven't really...
Like, I haven't really given them thought, is the thing.
Alright, so it's Batty Boys lyrics.
That's T, right?
Yeah, and then B-O-Y-Z.
Lyrics.
Yeah, so it's...
Oh, wow. Yeah, see, it's already,
Yeah,
it's already
so-
right there. Oh shoot, get a load of that fruit. In thigh-high boots, righty-tighty whities, and blue cat suit. Holy no.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very.
It's like it's right in your face.
And like I said, I liked it. Like the flow of the song and the lyrics was great. Like I said, so far this is my favorite track, musically and vocally. I just don't know. Like I said, it sounds like he's saying, "I don't care if you're gay, but don't be gay around me." If that makes sense.
Let's see if we can. Oh, you know what would help us right now?
What?
Rap genius.
To see if it has like any insight into the lyrics. I think that's what it's trying to convey. I don't know though.
You know? I've always been interested in this kind of thing. No, it doesn't have a lot of, I get that from it too, though. I get that from it too. Because it's not like homophobic, but it's like he's pointing out, hey man, this seems kind of, reference to superheroes like Batman running around in full body, skin tight suits with young boys like Robin.
Okay. That makes more sense then. So it's not about that, is it? Because you said the concept is he is supposed to be like a supervillain.
Exactly.
He's making fun of the superheroes, is what he's doing. Okay. That makes more sense.
And the superheroes that he's making fun of are supposed to be like the rappers that are like, they're getting like a big push, that are actually like on top and stuff right now.
Okay.
That are like kind of pushing and twisting culture in a way.
Gotcha. That makes more sense. That makes me like the track even more now. That makes a lot of sense now because I forgot. Well, at the time of listening to it, I didn't know that was the kind of concept that he was kind of going with. That does make me. Well, it makes way more sense.
And another one here, showing that he's like making fun of Superman, like the thigh-high boots, righty-tighty whities. Blue cat suit.
Yeah, so you like that? Okay.
That's fucking hilarious.
That makes a lot more sense. So yeah, that one was a 10 out of 10, especially now that I really know what it's about.
Huh. Sorry, that kind of blows my mind now because at face value you think he's like...
He's just, he's like, I don't care if you're gay, but don't be gay around me, but that makes a lot more sense now.
My mind's kind of blown here.
The next song... Angels, also with a Z.
A lot of Z's.
Featuring Ghostface Killah.
From Wu-Tang Clan.
Another track using a sample of an older song is the main basis of the music. The strings and the horns add a layer of complexity that fits into the album perfectly. This has quickly become my favorite song of the album now.
You're like, damn, checkmate.
This is most likely because I'm a sucker for strings and horns, especially when they are mixed into other genres of music where they are typically not represented. In this case, though, MF Doom makes perfect use of them, and I love how they are present throughout the entire track, and not just certain parts. Because usually, like, if a rap song especially has horns or strings in it, it'll just be like a quick little part. Maybe after the chorus or something. Like,
I love horns too, man.
This song had it throughout the whole song. It was great.
Horns and strings.
Ghostface Killah also adds a nice touch to the song as well, with his vocals sounding very similar to MF Doom's. And the two complement each other very well lyrically. Great track. So far, this is the standout song, in my opinion. Do you want to take a guess what it was rated?
Maybe it was rated a teen.
A teen?
Yeah, teen.
Yeah, it was off the charts of 1 to 10. It was actually...
Just a teen.
A teen. No, it was 10, though.
Yeah, I don't want a lawsuit. We're not into teens.
No.
No matter how fucking cute. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That might have been too far.
You think so? You think so?
Maybe.
For the PC culture these days, maybe. Maybe.
So moving on.
We'll find out.
We got
We'll find out.
we have Cells, also with a Z, but all capitals, and part 1. Featuring someone I never thought would be on a rap album, Charles Bukowski.
Right? Just out of nowhere.
I love the fact that this actually has Charles Bukowski reading one of his poems. And it's a very dismal poem as well.
Yeah, that guy wasn't really a happy dude.
And the background music that MF Doom adds fits the mood perfectly. The song works well as an interlude, coming right in the middle of the album and possibly signaling a stylistic change of pace for the rest of the album's runtime. Charles Bukowski was the original rapper. His poems, in my opinion, have always had an air to them that would make them perfect for rap or hip-hop lyrics, and I'm glad to see he is represented here so well.
Charles Bukowski was fucking awesome. No matter how crazy that guy was, he was...
Third song in a row to get rated 10 out of 10.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Then we have Cells, all caps, with a Z, part 2. Featuring nobody. Another...
That ever happened to you before?
Yeah, we're...
Right, I stubbed my toe just now. Has that ever happened to you? I went...
Oh, okay.
Completely missed.
Oh.
Completely missed and stubbed my toe.
No, I've never done. I've also never heard it referred to as stubbing your toe.
Hurts like a motherfucker.
I thought you literally meant like you moved your foot and hit the table in front of it, but that's not what you meant.
No, I mashed my taters. But anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
Cells with a Z, all caps, part 2. Another song that makes good use of horns. The comic book theme makes a comeback in this song as well, with this track reminding me of something that would be a soundtrack to a spy movie from the 60s or a murder mystery movie from the 50s.
The 50s or the 60s. You know, you're right, though. You're right.
Yeah, it sounded very old, but in a
completely set
okay
up
way. Yeah.
Like Sherlock Holmes. We've got to figure out how.
I like how MF Doom isn't afraid to show his influences here, making the album have a very unique feel throughout. While this isn't one of my favorite songs, I can still appreciate the artistry it takes to craft a song like this. I rated this one a 6 out of 10.
I wouldn't know where to begin when it comes to producing these types of beats, but I would love to.
To know, like, just what goes into it?
To know how to.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like just, like I've always wanted to draw. This is the same thing. Like every time I try to draw, it sucks. Every time I try to make like a beat with one of these beat makers online or something, it sucks. It's terrible.
Yeah, and the thing that amazes me is that these producers and like the beat makers, they have an idea of like, it's completely different from I can sit down with a guitar and give me 5 to 10 minutes, I can come up with a cool like riff or something.
Yeah.
But it's completely different for producers because you have nothing tangible. Like you can't touch an instrument to make that. You have to have it up here already. And that's fucking crazy to me.
Yes, people say it doesn't take talent.
It does.
Are completely fucking ridiculous. It's just like, dude, you hear yourself? That's not music. It has a melody.
It does.
And it builds on itself. Anyway.
So the next one we have Still Dope, featuring Empress Star. I assume I'm pronouncing that right.
You are.
STARHH. The HH threw me off. This is another song where the featured artist is the main focus. I have never heard of Empress Star before, but she does a very good job here, and I love the music itself on this song. I wish MF Doom made an appearance on this track because I feel like his vocal delivery could have added an extra layer of cool to this song. But as it stands, it's still an enjoyable track, and I rated it 8 out of 10. The next one, moving on, is More Rhymin'.
More rhyming.
This track sounds raw, is the first thing I said. I like it. That's it's another track that is on the short side, but I think that adds to the greatness of it. It's just as long as it needs to be and doesn't have any wasted space or throwaway lyrics.
Nice and smooth.
Out of all the short tracks on this album so far, this one is my favorite, and possibly my second favorite track of the album overall. I love the piano sample and the electronic drum sound, and I love how the vocals sound like they were recorded with very cheap equipment or even on a phone.
Right.
Any song that is able to sound this raw and naked, for lack of a better word, but still has the impact that the rest of the fully produced tracks on the album have, is a great song in my book.
Sounds naked. Naked.
Gave this one a 10 out of 10.
N-E-K-K-I-T, 10 out of 10.
I don't know what that means. But
Naked.
Oh,
It spells naked.
N-E-K-K-I-T, okay. Naked.
Naked. You know, when you shower,
And you're naked.
and you're naked.
Moving on. That's that.
That's that.
Do you like that song?
I fucking love this song, actually, dude. Straight up.
I really like this one. The music, the lyrics, the vocal delivery, and the samples.
Oh man, tasty.
It all comes together to create what has now become my favorite song on the album.
Dude. The violin all throughout the... Oh, God.
So it reminds me a little of the song L.E.S. by Childish Gambino, but this song was released first, so I assume Childish Gambino took inspiration from this. I also like the rare singing that MF Doom does toward the end. Not a great singing voice, but for the track, it fits perfectly. It reminds me of that old Biz Markie song, Just a Friend, or whatever it's called. There was no need for him to sing the chorus of that song,
No.
but it wouldn't be remembered as fondly as it is today if he had not done it. The same goes for this track. The singing isn't needed, and when it happens, it doesn't sound that great. But if the song calls for it, fucking do it. I'm glad MF Doom felt comfortable enough to serve the song, because without this singing, this track would have only been rated a 9. Obviously, it's rated a 10. I gave it away. I also love how the comic book theme makes a comeback as well. I kept writing that down because I didn't realize it was the whole concept.
No, it's okay.
So it's a 10 out of 10. Here we go. The next song is Supervillains with a Z, featuring Curious, Mobonics, Pozdnaz, Prince Paul, and Slug. I don't know if I pronounced those right. Anyway, way too many fucking features is the first thing I said.
He said, whoa, man. Calm it down.
I like the idea, give each artist just a few bars to go as hard as they can, but it's way too much. Especially since the song itself is under 3 minutes. And I fucking hate the auto-tuned singing. Whoever heard that and thought this needs to go on a song is a fucking idiot.
No.
And doesn't deserve to produce any album for anyone ever again.
You just have to accept when you're wrong, you know?
Minus the ridiculous amount of features in the auto-tune, it's an okay-ish track, but those two aspects bring it way down. And this is the lowest rating I gave on this album. I gave this song a 3.
This might be the lowest rating you've ever gave on the show.
I think it might be.
I don't know why I sang that. I'm sorry.
I think it might be. I
was
think
weird.
the only other...
Talk about things that don't fit. The fuck?
Yeah, because I'm thinking the only other thing I rated lower than that was one of the TSOL songs. I think I rated a 4. I think this is the lowest one.
It is. 3 for Dale, but You know, maybe they should have done a better job on the track.
Yeah, and then we got...
Too many people on there. And, you know, if you're going to put Slug on something, you'd think it's usually going to be good.
Yeah.
It's weird, because he's usually, like...
Yeah.
And those two together are usually fucking solid.
Like, I feel like if the song would have been longer and had not the auto-tune singing, then I think it would have been better.
Anything with auto-tune's got to be pretty bold.
Yeah.
You know? Like, T-Pain can pull it off because he's T-Pain. But, I mean...
So T-Pain is actually a really good singer as well, though.
That is true. Acapella.
So the next track, if you want to call it a track, is Bumpy's Message, featuring Freddie Fox. Spoken word tracks that play out as voicemails are honestly one of my favorite things. I love it. I don't know why, but anytime I hear a voicemail in a song, it instantly makes me more emotionally attached to that song or album. It's just so intimate because you're hearing something that was meant for someone else.
You feel like you're that person.
Yeah.
You know?
It really brings you into the artist's world, especially if the voicemail was only meant for that artist to hear, as I assume this one was. A great segue to the ending track as well. And with that, we get to the last track of the album, Thank Ya.
Are you guys ready for the closer?
Thank Ya.
Thank you, ma'am. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
The same sample that was in the first intro track makes a return, and it is used perfectly here to wrap everything up and bring the album back full circle.
It's a nice present.
No lyrics, just the sample music that keeps repeating thank you. Honestly, it's a great way to end the album, and I gave this song an 8 out of 10.
Yeah!
So my final thoughts...
Why am I yelling?
My final thoughts for this MF Doom album. This is a great introduction to his music, first of all, because I'd never heard anything by him. I love all of the blended styles and genres, and it makes me eager to dive deeper into his discography. I know he passed away a few years ago, so sadly there won't be any new music released by him, but his older catalog is still new to me, and it will be a real discovery going back and listening to his other works. And the final score of this album, 7.94.
Nice.
7.94. What did you think I would end up rating it?
Somewhere around here.
Okay.
7.94, Pa's cousin.
Pa's cousin.
You know.
The older cousin.
That's not mathematically correct, I know, for any of you mathematicians out there.
But, yeah, 7.94. I really liked it. I'm very selective, I guess, for lack of a better word, when it comes to rap music. There's a lot of it that I like. There's a lot of it that I absolutely fucking hate. MF Doom, he's in the like category, though.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah, I really
Way
enjoyed
too
it.
good. Rip.
I didn't know what to expect going into it. I was pleasantly surprised, though. I really liked it. 7.94 out of 10. I recommend it.
I recommend it too, and, you know, hell yeah. Glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it, and,
Oh, so since this was the album you gave me, I have to give you an album.
that you do.
The album I'm giving you to listen to.
Sorry I keep doing stuff like that.
Seal 2 by Seal.
Oh, hell yeah. Getting some Seal in this bitch.
Have you ever really listened to Seal?
Yeah, dude, I like Seal.
Have
It's
you
gonna be
heard that
exciting.
album?
No.
Okay. I was going to
Seal
say...
2 by Seal?
Yeah, Seal 2, and it's Roman numeral 2. So, I will send you the track list for it, like I always do.
Seal?
But yeah, so 7.94 out of 10. MF Doom. Next week, I guess 2 weeks after this, the way we put out videos, Seth will be diving into the world of Seal, and we will see you all next time.
I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to wrestle it to the ground. I'm going to have my way with it.